Hi guys, you're welcome and very welcome back to my channel. All right. Thank you so much for joining me for the review of the long awaited Real Housewives of Lagos season 2. Guys, I don't know about you guys, okay, but with me, I have literally cried tears. I've camped on their pages like waiting for any news at all from whatever angle. In fact, at some point, people were beginning to get wild in my comments and my DMs as if I even knew anything about the inner workings of the show. I don't. I really don't. I'm just a girl that loves the show. I'm not the one to go around looking for tea to spill and all of that. No, I don't. I don't necessarily do that. Okay. So yeah, I just hear it when every other person is hearing it. And I also understand the whole confusion about me because I started my Instagram page with the Real Housewives of Lagos. So people kind of assumed that it was the official show, even though specifically put the fan page. I'm not affiliated with Live Sports 360. And then I even went ahead and changed my whole handle. But yeah, people feel that I must know something. So the whole production was delayed. Filming was done and dusted like ages ago, and people had gone back to their real lives, okay? Real lives, because. But season 2 of Real Housewives of Lagos was still nowhere to be found. Our confusion was confused. Our tired was tired. Anywho, thank God we're done with that now. The queens are here. All right. And yes, guys, I've made another video for all the episodes of the Mommy Club that we missed. So, but I just had to put this one together for the Real Housewives of Lagos because, of course, it is the Real Housewives of Lagos. So look out for that. All right. Well, by now, you all know that there were 2 additions to the show. Honestly, I would have made a separate introduction video for them, but your girl had her head in between the books. Okay. And yeah. That didn't happen. But let's talk about them now. Just a little bit. Tania Motayo, CEO of a ready-to-wear fashion. So she's a boss babe, okay? Entrepreneur, an actor. She's an author. She wrote a children's book inspired by her daughter. Wow, that's so cool, okay? And she's a mom of one, of course. She's married, and sometime last year, news broke that her husband was allegedly involved in some internet fraud, wire fraud, something. Yeah, that was scandalous. Like, for the first time in a long time, I don't know about you guys, but I heard her name again somehow. I hadn't heard about her in a long time. That's just what I'm trying to say. She's just a very cool somebody. She's very unproblematic. She's not having any issues with anybody you get. She's that kind of person. But what Tania is most known for is that she was Wizkid's ex-girlfriend. And yes, it doesn't matter that it's been ages. Okay, she has moved on. She has gotten married, has a whole family now. I mean, people still tag that on her. And honestly, it's not ever going to change. I don't see it changing. We're talking about Wizkid here, right? And I love the fact that in an interview that she did with Today, she was asked if she ever felt a certain way about people, the fact that people would always tag her as Wizkid's ex. I mean, it would be normal for someone to not want to be associated with that anymore, seeing that she's married and all that. But she was like, am I not Wizkid's ex? Like, did I not date him? That was like a whole 5 years of my life. Like, if you're writing a book about me, you definitely have to put it there, right? The way she answered it, I would not lie. It was an unexpected answer, all right? I was like, okay, like, let's just leave it at that. Moving forward, Faith Murray or Murray Faith. I heard about her for the first time last year, and she had this big birthday party that all the content creators and all the influencers, like in Lagos, if you were an influencer and you were not at that party, are you really an influencer? Are you really a content creator? Her pictures were everywhere. Like, people were talking about this party. She shut down Lagos, literally. I had never seen her anywhere prior to that. But anyway, I got to find out that she's this international model that, has done well for herself. She's an entrepreneur. She's a fashion designer, an influencer, and she's a lawyer, guys. Okay, I kid you not, she read law. But modeling is what took her all around the world. She's a mom of one beautiful boy, and she's divorced. Obviously, we will get to know more about them. But let's jump into the show real quick, cause there was a preview of last season, all right? And I also noticed that we got new cast portraits, we got new promo shoots in 3 different outfits and they all looked good. Yes, like I love it. Like I felt so proud, like the way people responded to those pictures, especially because it was coming from the other African countries, internationally as well. Is it a coincidence though that all the housewives are fashionistas by trade? I don't know about that, right? But what I do know is that we're going to have another contest of who the fashion king or queen is for sure, like in this season. You bet. Okay. We already saw it, right? We are going to have that again. Wow. So Miriam invited Tiana out, okay, and then she bought out an entire restaurant. I was like, in real life, maybe she will still do that. I don't know because she's bougie and all that. But if in real life she doesn't buy out restaurants just to sit down and have a talk, I wonder why she did. I wonder why production did. We need more reality in these shows. That's all I'm trying to say. So Miriam still felt a type of way about a statement that Tiana made last season. Tiana said, honestly, she couldn't remember saying that. Do you mean to tell me that your friend of 13 or 14 years said something about, almost 2 years ago and you waited till now to ask her? Like, I don't believe it. Seriously, guys. That is now very, like acting-ish when you do these kind of things, right? Mariam's problem was that Tiana said Mariam didn't tell her she was going to invite Choma to Laura's event. Of course, this happened last season. And that she was also going to be careful, with Mariam. She's not telling her moves and all that, so she needs to be careful. We all understood where Tiana was coming from when she said what she said, right? And at the table where Mariam was confronting her, Tiana said she probably said those things, but she doesn't remember. And that she said them because that was how she felt at that time. Miriam was like, that's even the worst. That the highest disrespect. So she meant it at that time. So she didn't trust me at that time. You know how Miriam talks? I can't even get it, okay? But she was like, I'm a loyalist. I'm a lawyer. How can she say she doesn't trust me? I think that what she wants is just someone to control. And look at me. You can't control me. What Tiana doesn't like is someone that will call her out on her bullshit. And I'm going to do it, okay? Because nobody you can't control me. Like, God. Don't mind me. You're so funny. Miriam is definitely a ball of energy, but at this point, I was not ready for that amount of energy. Like, it's the first scene. Like, calm down. Guys, there were a lot of references to the things that happened last season. So I guess, at some point, we also have to talk about last season's events again, which I don't know if I want to do that. For one, was Choma and Tiana's issue. Iyabo and Choma met up and they were like, hey, oh my God, I missed you. It's been a long time. I like their friendship, okay? It was one of the things that came out from last season that I didn't expect. So I think that they genuinely like themselves, but also, you can't really tell. But whatever, I do like their energy when they are together. So, Iyabo, I feel she was trying to get Choma and Tiana to maybe sit down and resolve. Because she was telling Choma that, Tiana is going through a lot, and that maybe when they finally sit down to talk, she will get to know or whatever. Choma said, why would I want to do that? Like, I don't want to be around her. I don't want to be blindsided again. And true, why would she want to be around someone that stood up, took some steps towards her, right? And took a swipe at her? Why would she want to do that? Choma was like, Tiana just needs to be on her own and let me be on my own. I don't hate her, but I detest her husband. Gang. Yeah? She said that. She said, don't bring that thing around me. I was like, oh, Tilo. It is finished. It is finished. Tiana will never forgive this, obviously. I was actually thinking that, okay, maybe at some point, it might not happen immediately, but at some point, they might settle their differences, right? And especially because Iyabo is in the best position to do that. So I was actually seeing this happen. And then Choma dropped a bomb. Oh my God.
Oh my God. Wow.
What? Moving forward, Laura introduced Faith to us as her friend, even though, of course, we can all tell that they are not friends like that. She was like, that's my girl. You know how Laura is. We got a glimpse into Faith's beautiful home. So, she's like rich or just rich. Like, she also does rich people stuff, rich people's hobbies and all that, horses and golf. What's the name of that sport? She talked about how she grew up. She's from Port Harcourt. She was raised by her grandma. Her family has, strong Christian values. When she talked about her boy, she was very emotional. Yeah, so yeah, Laura was just basically telling her about the other women and the dynamics of our own relationships as well with the ladies. Listen, Faith looks like trouble. Okay, I don't know how else to say it. Like, she calls herself the 6 feet Amazon Queen. She's the queen, all right. I'm interested to see how she'll get along with Tiana because I see similarities between both of them. Also, because she said in another video that Tiana was the one that she really got along with. So I'm interested to see that, right? I think she's like that blow your horn, toot kind of person. They're in the same WhatsApp group. She said people just think she's this pretty tall girl, who goes on holidays, riding horses, and they're like, who is she with? Who is sponsoring this lifestyle, basically, Laura was like, who are you with though? Laura, doing the Lord's work, right? I see you. When Laura was like, I know you have one Rolls Royce in the States and you also have one here in Lagos. Faith said, I have two. I don't know, it feels weird. It feels weird saying Rolls Royces. But she was like, I have two in LA and one in Nigeria. Laura was like, girl, I want to be like you. Tell me, what are you doing? What do you do? That's the kind of question that gets people in trouble. First of all, if you're asking that question, then you shouldn't even know. Tania was introduced as Choma's friend, and this one was quite believable, right? Because from what Choma said, they've known themselves for about 10 years, and that Tania was the first face of Choma's hair brand. So we saw that, and Tania gives me Caroline vibes. And it's not just because everyone is saying it. Listen, the resemblance is not just because they are both light skinned or they are both, mixed. No, it's not just that. Even the way she talks, her mannerisms. Tania also sounds messy. I can tell, and I'm here for it. Moving forward, we saw Faith in her element, doing a photo shoot for her collection, showing the models how to pose, all of that. Then she called Priscilla. Priscilla is Iyabo's daughter. And honestly, that's a very unconventional relationship. Well, maybe it's just business and all that. I don't think that there's more to that friendship because what's the level? Don't get me wrong, Priscilla is doing well for herself. Whatever though, she called Priscilla to find out, if she was still coming for the shoot. What I understand is that she wanted Priscilla to be part of her photo shoot, but Priscilla came with her momager, and Iyabo said she didn't want Priscilla promoting a clothing brand, especially one that is very similar to what Priscilla herself is doing, which makes a lot of sense, right? And I'm also here wondering why Priscilla didn't think about that, or Faith even. Doesn't make sense to bring someone that's doing the same thing to come promote your stuff. Conflict of interest. And then Faith took us to an aesthetic center to see Dr. Rume. And the only reason why I'm mentioning him now because I recognized him from the watch party. I have never heard of him. I'm sure he's quite popular in Lagos and, also among celebrities that need his services as well. And Faith is planning a Botox party, so guess Dr. Rume also needs entry to this group of women. I will just say that I feel like it was just a little bit too handsy. I don't know, maybe they are friends like that, I don't know, but I felt like, wow, Dr. Rume, your hands are everywhere, right? And then that lace shirt. I mean, it's so fashionable, but come on now. That one threw me. Moving forward, Miriam invited the ladies for what she called, I don't know what she called it. Like, did she call it a staycation? Sometimes when Miriam is talking, I don't really get to hear everything. She talks so fast. It was a relaxation center. Iyabo and Laura got there first. Choma also got there quite early. Nobody was waiting for anybody. Laura told them her friend was coming. Iyabo also mentioned that she had met Faith, at her shoot. Note that because something came up later. It's quite pertinent to the story, so just follow along, okay? Tania arrived and there were lots of side comments, right? Not bad though. But Miriam was like, she looks like Caroline, and maybe Choma has a type, Oh, Iyabo also said something similar. She was like, Tania reminded her of Caroline, and her face when she said that. Iyabo was like, is that girl coming back? That's talking about Caroline. Oh my God. Okay. Miriam asked Tania to introduce herself. And I think this was where Tania really confirmed what we were all saying, right? Because for me, it was this whole deja vu moment.
Mariam, for a couple of years, like
Caroline did the same thing with Laura.
each other. I don't know the English to use right now, and I have a headache, so we know each other. Yeah.
Same energy. Miriam said she knew Tania. They've supported each other's businesses. Then Faith made her entrance because, of course, we can't call that one an arrival, right? I felt the same way. Everybody's mouth was open, like, who is this girl? That dress was definitely not for the occasion. Let me know what you think in the comment section about, this scene. And if it was not who she was, she would have maybe felt intimidated or something. Actually, she didn't feel good. She didn't feel good. It was written all over her face. Oh my God. Iyabo is just the typical, I don't know what to say now so that it doesn't come out offensive, but I don't like that attitude. I don't like it at all. She had a lot to say in her confessional, but I'll come back to that. Let's just talk a little bit of how things are just happening, bringing flashbacks to us. Something very similar happened last season when Laura took her friend Celine to Tiana's cultural events. Laura didn't tell her friend. So Celine came to that event wearing a leather skirt and a leather jacket. And Laura was there laughing, saying, Celine didn't get the memo. Celine did. Why? Why does Laura like to set her friends up like this? I kind of think that Laura maybe did not even mention to Faith that this is a casual thing. You're coming to a wellness center. So yeah, back to Iyabo and her shenanigans. So Miriam told Faith to, tell them about herself. Iyabo said, wait. It's not like that now. Start with who invited her. I'm not saying it verbatim, okay? But she said something very similar to what I just said. It didn't sound good at all. Anywho, Laura introduced Faith to them. She told them that, she had known Faith for a while, right from when she was pregnant with her first child. She bought children's stuff from her, and also the second time with her second baby. So basically, Laura has been a client, okay? Am I the only one that's here, watching these things and seeing these similarities is so crazy. Thank God that what happened last time did not happen again, After the introduction, Iyabo was like, her daughter likes Faith. We had a very nice time at your shoot, but you were not wearing this string, no. What the hell? Faith said, but it was a photo shoot, and actually they told me not to be extra. Iyabo said, who told you? Who told you not to be extra? So you now came here to be extra, eh? You now came here to wear train, to come and show us, come and intimidate us. We will show you Pepe. What was the reason? What was the reason for that? I think the only reason for Iyabo acting like that towards Faith is because she sees her as a small girl. She's her daughter's friend, so that's it. I didn't see what they came here to do. I didn't see them relaxing. I definitely did not see. At some point, we saw them having some foot massage. They probably had some sessions. We just didn't get to see it, okay? Or the wellness guru gave them an assignment kind of to write down what stresses them the most about the group. And they got to read out each other's notes. It went just the way it was expected to go. It got them talking the more. And somehow they still found a way to try Faith. Yes, I said try her because these ladies are trying Faith. Iyabo wrote that Faith was stressing her with her long train and that Tania reminded her of that mistress. Was that even necessary? And when Faith's note was read, Miss Energy, Miriam, said it's too long. It's too long. Yo, these people are playing with fire. Oh my God, they are playing with fire right now, and I live for it. Then, when Faith was reading out Laura's notes, Miriam was like, her accent sounded like Warri, Port Harcourt-ish, that it was not given. What the? These ladies are trying to get me to curse. I don't curse. She is a Port Harcourt girl. What else would her accent sound like? Please tell me. none of them, like none of these ladies are even in the right position to question somebody's accent. Maybe Choma. Mariam has the same issues as well. Yeah, but that came with a Mary Ruba accent last season is also talking. And then Choma asked Faith how old she was. Obviously, that was not a very random question. There's more to that question, okay? I mean, some people find that question very sensitive, you know. Some people don't mind, but some other people, especially here in Nigeria, where people are like gatekeeping their ages. Choma said, oh, she wanted to know how old she was to have an 11-year-old. Girl, please. Had even Tania had her own, you know, as well. She said in her confessional that, you know, Faith was sitting directly opposite her, so she was in her line of sight, and that was stressing her out because, you know, the boobs were like almost touching her chin, you know. Faith's boobs deserves a moment. Like, oh, it wasn't just a corset thing, no. Then the cherry on top. Iyabo went over to give Faith a hug when she was going. And because Faith was like, oh, come and give me a hug. So she went over to give Faith a hug, stretched her leg enough. You could definitely see the effort, you know, she was taking to stretch her leg enough to step on Faith's train. And then she went ahead to step on it twice again afterwards.
You guys give my girls train.
That was looking for trouble. I don't think anybody should get away with looking for trouble like that. I wish that there was someone in this group that could give it back to Yabo the way she's giving it, because this energy, it needs to be reciprocated. I won't even lie. I know, and trust me, I know that Iyabo is all for the content. She wants to start drama. She wants to get people talking. Yes, I know all that. Guess what? I'm here for it. Anyway, this episode ended right here. Yeah, I felt bad that nobody said anything to Iyabo. Nobody wants to get in a fight with her. You know, I'm sure I think they're all scared of her. I think they're all scared of her because Iyabo has a reputation, Sha. Like I've said like 4 times now, these ladies were coming for Faith. I don't know why. Maybe she looked like a target to them. Everybody present came for her, and it was not very nice. Tiana was not around for that Mariam's event, and that was good because guess what? I don't think I was ready to see Chioma and Tiana together in the same room. The tension was going to be too much. So conveniently, Tiana was away for a job, and that was. And the other thing I wanted to talk about is, I know these Lagos ladies, like, they will always bring it, especially when it comes to fashion. They will always show up and show out, okay? But Laura's confessional outfit, I was like, I'm not feeling Laura's confessional outfit, this one, okay, I didn't feel it at all. First of all, I feel like I've seen this before. Secondly, I'm like, okay, this was also the same thing that happened with Laura. Most of her confessional outfits were just nah, and we know Laura knows better. So I'm wondering, like, who is in charge of her? Who is her stylist? As in, like, what was that? What was happening right there, you know, at the midline? What was happening? That outfit should have been struck off, you know. It wasn't supposed to make it to the show. Okay, so Laura, girl, whoever is in charge, they need to be questioned right now. It's like they're sabotaging you or something. And guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to share your thoughts with me. Like this video and also subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much. See you soon and love you.